So here we are on a Sunday morning driving into New York City. Okay, now this is the way to go if you're coming in from the north and you want to go on the west side. And on Sunday especially, go right in here. It's called the Cross County Parkway. Merritt Parkway in Connecticut becomes the Hutchinson River Parkway in New York State, Westchester County. And then you get into the Cross County Parkway and you go west. And then you go onto the Sawmill River Parkway. All these little parkways were built for the Model Ts way back in the 20s and 30s. And then you get on the Sawmill River Parkway only for about maybe 5 miles. And then you're in the Bronx. And right back there, I could have gotten on the Deegan, 87 South, about a mile behind me. And if I went south, I would have been right by Yankee Stadium. Also, there's the Bronx River Parkway right near here, and you can go right in the Bronx River Parkway. You can head south on there. It's very, very narrow because it was made for Model Ts and all that stuff. And you can end up right at the Bronx Zoo and the Bronx Botanical Gardens. And it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, look at that. It's kind of a cloudy day. So we're getting on the Sawmill River right now. Sawmill River Parkway from the Cross County Parkway, all heading west and south because we're going into New York for the day here. Going to head down the West Side Highway. Right now we're getting on the Sawmill River Parkway, heading south, and then we're going to get onto the Henry Hudson Parkway. That's right, and that turn when you head south along the Hudson River. We're going to cross over from the Bronx, from the Riverdale section of the Bronx, which is like the really, really nice, rich part of the Bronx. It's called Riverdale. And we're going to cross from there, and we're going to go across the Harlem River, and we're going to go, and Columbia University has their athletic center right near there. And we're going to go right from there, and we're going to go into the northern part of Manhattan, which is called Inwood. And it's the last Inwood, I-N-W-O-O-D. It's the northern tip of the island of Manhattan Island. We're going to cross from the Bronx, Riverdale section, along the Hudson River, where the Hudson River and the Harlem River meet, right? It's what makes Manhattan an island, okay? And we're gonna cross the bridge right there into the northern tip of Manhattan, called Inwood, I-N-W-O-O-D. That's where the Dutch, they named all the streets and everything. And so Inwood has a lot of funny names like Seaman and Dickman streets and stuff like that. Like Dickman goes right into Seaman. It's kind of like the Dutch had funny attitudes, funny, good sense of humor. Anyway, so we're going to go in here. We're going to be heading into from the Riverdale section of of the Bronx, and we're going to cross into the northern tip end of Manhattan. So that's where we are right now. We're getting on Route 9, which is the Henry Hudson Parkway, south. And eventually you'll probably see the GW Bridge and everything up ahead. And I just like to talk about how AI is taking over. AI is taking all the jobs, and they're going to disappear much more quickly than anyone can imagine. Much more quickly than really anyone can imagine. They're going to be disappearing. AI is already taking thousands and thousands and thousands of jobs. That's why at the end of, I guess, the last jobs report was down by 90,000 jobs because of all the layoffs through AI. They're not accounting for those because a lot of those layoffs are kind of hidden. So that's just the way that it is. Here we are. See, this is West 254th Street because we're now in the Bronx. We're in the northwestern part of the Bronx called Riverdale. There's a lot of different colleges over here, like, what was that, the main one, the Greyhounds? I forget, sorry, not the Greyhounds. Anyway, I digress. But we're in Riverdale right now, and we're going to be going into Inwood. It's very cool, but AI is taking so many jobs, and I see it's very terrible. A lot of people losing their jobs. But people need to start learning this new set of skills. And the best thing to do is to learn the easiest thing to do. Takes less time, and you can make the most money, and you can work from anywhere in the world with a cell phone, Wi-Fi, and just a phone, cell phone, Wi-Fi, coachable attitude, 2-3 hours a day. You can build up your own digital business. Now, whether you're using MMR, Master Resale Rights, MRR, like Manhattan College is right here. That's the one I was starting to think of, Manhattan College. It's a great school. But what I was trying to think of before was, sorry, I'm getting a little confused in myself. But I just got to make sure I have my Easy Pass thing up for the toll, so I don't get a fine or something. Anyway, but my daughter used to go over here and do the Columbia Athletic Center in the top of Inwood. They didn't have enough space by Columbia in the city, so they had to get their athletic facility at their football stadium and everything is way, way far away from the rest of the campus. Because the rest of the campus is in Harlem, like 115th Street, 120th Street. But this is way, way, way up in the northern tip of Manhattan. But that's where we're coming in right now. If you look over to the left, you won't be able to see it. But if you looked over to the left, you would be able to see where the Columbia Athletic Center is in the very tip of Inwood, almost on the Harlem River. And over to the right over there to the right, you really can't see it. That's the Palisades and the Hudson River and everything. It's beautiful. I can't really show it to you right now. On the left is the Harlem River, on the right is the Hudson River, and we're coming into Inwood now, the northern tip of Manhattan, and right down below there on the left, on the northern tip of Manhattan, there is the Columbia University Athletic Center. So, see, there's Dickman Street right there. So, Inwood Hill Park. Okay, it was just right there. And there's the GW Bridge, which I think you can see it. I don't know if you can see it through the trees there, but there's the GW Bridge, and there is the Hudson River. It's beautiful. You kind of see the GW Bridge, right over there. The GW Bridge, yeah, baby. Hudson River, look at that. And the other side is New Jersey, right there. Yep. It's awesome. GW Bridge, George Washington Bridge, and 4th of July, they put a giant flag up in the western stanchion over there. Giant American flag. It's awesome. Yep, here we are, end of March. March 22nd, 2026. There's the GW Bridge. I'm just heading down to the West Village. And for the day, I'm going to be all over New York, all over Manhattan. I'll be doing some other videos, and you guys will see them. But my main message is, along with tourism and history, little snippets that I do, because I'm a historian. I went to New York University. I have a degree in history and a specialty in American and military history. So I'll be doing little snippets as I go. But my main message is, I don't care how old you are, you need to start your digital marketing, digital product education ASAP. There's GW Bridge. We're going to go under it right now. Because that's the way the world is going. And if you can build a digital business starting right now, then you will be okay financially. Because I think Elon Musk predicted that in 10 or 20 years, I forget how long he said, but he said nobody's going to have a job. Now, I think some people will still have jobs like that, like doctors and nurses probably, and people that have certain skills. I think, tradespeople skills. I think they're going to have jobs still. But mostly white-collar jobs will be gone. Anything with accounting or numbers will all be gone. Those will be the first to disappear. And then it's going to be like everything else. See? I mean, then there's going to be, everything else will be disappearing. Okay? But, there's a really good shot of the river coming up. I want you guys to be able to see it. Anyway, but we really got to watch out for this because we got to prepare ourselves. Everybody needs to get ready, start their digital education today, start learning about digital products, digital marketing, how you can have your own 24/7 global and largely automated business. It's not hard. You can get it right now today. Just go into my bio here on my channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers and 1,000 subscribers is my goal right now in the spring of 2026. So please, subscribe to my channel. Please do yourself a favor. Go there to my link, damonsdailypay.com, or to my link tree and get the freebies. Get the freebies. There's a bunch of freebies. Get your digital education started now. Okay? I'm in a training program that's every single day. We can get into training. We can get into a Zoom if you want to. And that's really the greatest thing about what I started 2 years ago, was finding this one community online that has this training program, that has the training to teach you to how to make an income, a steady income online with your own digital business and working 2 hours a day. And that's the whole thing. And if you learn these skills, you can apply it to other digital products. You can learn to develop your own digital products. And then you learn how to market them. And we learn how to market them without spending any money in advertising. We learn how to market them on social media using what's called attraction marketing, where you need to post 2 or 3 videos a day. A 7-second video, a 12-second video, a 25-second video. They're easy to do. And if you don't want to be on camera, you can learn to do what's faceless. Faceless, we have a whole training modules on faceless, okay? It's not hard. You can do words, text, pictures, music. That's called faceless. And you put your link in there to your website that you get when you sign up. And if you want to sign up, you want to get started, there are many different options. All of them have payment plans. If you're in the U.S., they all have payment plans. And we have the 900 is our top seller. You do a payment plan for 12 months. It's like $70 a month. Big deal. You make back all your money with your first few customers. That's how it works. We have a training called 7 Days of Profitability. If you don't make your money in the first week, you keep going back and you do it. And people do it over maybe 2 or 3 times. They start making money. But I started with the 300 level. There's the 100 level, the 300 level, the 600 level, the 900 level. This is where people do jogging. This is like the Riverside Park. People riding bikes and jogging all along the Hudson River. It's beautiful. New York City, baby. West Side Highway, Hudson River, West Side Highway, Henry Hudson Highway. Driving down to the West Village right now, down to Hudson Street. Hudson and Bleecker is where I'm actually going to go and hopefully get a good free parking spot for today. But yeah, this is what it's all about. You gotta develop your own business. Also, one of the great things about developing your own business, guess what? When you sell something, you keep all the money. In our program, we learn how to keep 100% of every single thing we sell. We keep all the money. We don't share the money with a boss or a company because we have our own company. And when you have your own company, your own LLC, right? Guess what? You can get all these tax write-offs. You get all these tax write-offs. So like everything I do related to media, like right now, all of my expenses are being covered with this trip because I'm creating this video. I'm creating this content right now. And this is just my camera is just running while I drive. And I'm creating content. It's very simple. And this entire trip now is tax deductible. All my gas, all my expenses, my lunch, okay? Everything. So it's an amazing thing. So I highly recommend it. Anybody who wants to get started with it, it's not hard to do. Now right here, there's a sign for the 79th Street Boat Base, and right there, a guy that I know growing up used to have a sailboat right in there. He used to have a sailboat. He used to have a sailboat right there. A guy named Josh, I'm not going to say his last name, but he used to have a sailboat and he lived on it year round, believe it or not, right in there. And Josh lived there year round for many, many years. I think he finally did sell his boat, but he's the age of one of my older siblings. I think he's about 75 right now. I am 62. I started doing this when I was 60, 2 years ago, and I just chip away at it. Chip away. You just do a little bit every day. And the great thing about the community is that they're so supportive that no matter what business you're doing or whether you're doing this exact business that they're all doing or not, the great thing about the community is that it's super supportive. So even if you decide like, hey, wow, I'm going to go ahead and try this other thing that I found or whatever, that community is still there. That community is all, and some 60,000 people now worldwide, about 70% in the U.S., 30% around the world. But the great thing about that is that whenever you go on the community, it's a school community, almost 60,000 people. And whenever you go on there, once you join, you get the community free, you get the community access for free, and you get all the training. So you have all your training modules are all video modules, and you can do them at your own leisure, and that's called Kajabi. So you do all the video training at your own leisure. You get the website that costs the company millions of dollars to develop. You get your own website, and you just put your own, you pick your own website name, and then that's it. Then you're up and running in about a day. It's so easy. It's Lego. It's like a fourth grader could put it together. You just follow directions step by step. If you need any help, I can help you. I will mentor you. Others in the community will mentor you. If you're just stuck in the middle of the night and you go on there, it's super easy to just post a question in the community, in the school community, and people will answer you. It could be like 3 a.m, and people are going to help you and help you figure it out. And there's a cruise ship right over there. But people are going to help you figure it out. It doesn't matter what time of day it is or anything. You go in that community 2, 3 a.m, because it's global. People are all different time zones. Because of that, here we are on the west side of Manhattan. We're at like 54th Street. We're over where all the piers are on the Hudson River. And I'm hearing sirens. Oh, it's on the other side. Okay, there's a Mopar. Wow, there's a Jeep dealership right here. We're at like 52nd Street. Right now in New York City. It's pretty wild. It's kind of a cloudy day. Look at all the buildings over there. Still the buildings. We're at 50th Street, okay? And I'm going down to the West Village. So I got about 2-3 miles to go. Then I got to be parking and everything. So I'm going to have to sign off soon. But this is really cool, right? West Side, Midtown, showing you guys a lot of stuff, my viewers. Here's the Intrepid, the old aircraft carrier, World War II aircraft carrier is right over here. So guys, please subscribe, okay? I'll be doing lives going forward around 8:30 every morning, and I'll be doing another one around noon every day. But I'm gonna, there's the aircraft carrier. Let me check.